I am deliriously happy today, my friends. You want to know why? Strawberries. That's right, it is fresh strawberry season, and I picked up a bunch at my local farmer's market this weekend so I can show you how to make one of my most popular keto strawberry recipes. Today we're making chocolate-covered strawberry cheesecake. This is a no-bake keto cheesecake recipe, which means it's perfect for summer when it's just too hot to turn on the oven. And it uses lots of fresh berries and lots of chocolate, so it's got flavors everyone loves. Okay, my fellow strawberry lovers, the first thing we want to do is start with our no-bake chocolate crust. So here I have 1.25 cups of finely ground almond flour. Now, if you don't want to use almonds, you can try to use something like sunflower seed flour. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1/4 cup of powdered swerve sweetener, and a pinch of salt. And we'll just whisk those together and break up any clumps. And now we stir in 1/4 cup of melted butter. And you want to get it well mixed in until the crust ingredients kind of clump together. If you find that your crust mixture is a little dry, you can add a little water or a little bit more melted butter. And I have a 9-inch springform pan here, which I have lightly greased. And I'm just going to transfer my crust mixture into the pan and press it in firmly to the bottom. I recommend doing this with your hands at first, just to get it all evened out. And then you can take a flat bottom glass and use this to really press the crust into the bottom of the pan so it really sticks together. Now we're going to do something a little decorative. We're going to take some of our strawberries, the ones on the small side, and we're going to slice them thinly. You probably need about 6 or 7, maybe 8 of these medium small strawberries. Now we're going to take our thin slices and we're just going to press them up against the side of the pan. And this way, when the cheesecake's done, we'll have a nice little ring of berries all around the outside. And with the crust all prepped, I can start working on the filling. So I have chopped up some of my strawberries, about 2.5 cups of chopped strawberries, and you can see them in here. And I'm going to put them over medium heat with 2 tablespoons of water. We're going to bring them to a boil. Once your strawberries are bubbling away in your pan, you just want to reduce the heat and cook them for about 5 minutes until they're super soft and you can mash them up easily. And once they're nice and soft, you just really want to mash them until they're like a puree. I've set my strawberry puree aside for now, and right here I have 1/4 cup of water, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of grass-fed gelatin. This is going to help our no-bake cheesecake set properly. So we're just going to sprinkle that over our water. Then once your gelatin has become all weird and hard and gelled, you're just going to scrape it into your warm strawberry puree. And you're going to do this off heat. And you're just going to whisk until the gelatin dissolves. I've set the strawberry puree aside to cool slightly while we're preparing the rest of the filling. So I have 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll beat those together until they hold stiff peaks. Okay, that's looking great. We'll set that aside for now. I have here 2 bricks of cream cheese, or 16 ounces of cream cheese, nicely softened. And we're going to beat that until it's smooth. And we're going to add 1 cup of powdered swerve sweetener. And now we can add our strawberry puree. Scrape the sides of the pan to get it all in there, all the good juices and the gelatin, and we'll beat that in. And I recommend taking a rubber spatula like this one and scraping down the sides and the bottom of the bowl a few times and mixing in any bits of cream cheese that are getting stuck. And your final step is to take your whipped cream and fold that in. And you're just gonna gently fold those in until no white streaks remain. And then we just take our filling and we pour it over our prepared crust. And then you just want to smooth it out with an offset spatula and try to cover all the little berries you had on the side. And now comes the hard part. We have to let it set. We're going to refrigerate it for at least 3 hours. You can even refrigerate it overnight. Okay guys, welcome back. Our cheesecake is set. It's nice and firm to the touch, and we are ready to move forward. We're going to remove the pan sides, but before we do, we want to run a sharp knife just around the inside, taking care not to disturb our little sliced strawberries. So really get it in there carefully between the cheesecake and the sides. And once you've gotten all the way around with your knife, you should be able to just unlock your pan sides and gently and carefully slip them off. Oh guys, check this out. Look how perfect the little strawberries are on the outside. Isn't that fabulous? But we're not quite done yet. We're going to create a chocolate ganache topping to top off our cheesecake. Okay, the chocolate glaze is really simple. We're just going to take 1/3 cup of whipping cream and we're going to heat it over medium heat until it starts to simmer. And once you've got it simmering, you're going to take it off the heat and add 1.5 ounces of chopped chocolate. This is unsweetened chocolate, no sweetener whatsoever. You just want to let that sit and melt for a little bit. And then you're going to add some sweetener. I have 2 tablespoons of powdered swerve sweetener. And because I want my glaze to stay shiny as it cools, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of allulose. You can use allulose or Boca Sweet. Both of those work really well. And finally, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And once your chocolate is melted, you can whisk it all together until it's nice and smooth. Now, before we put our glaze on the cake, we're going to do one more decorative little thing and take some of our strawberries and dip them in our chocolate. And we can put these in the fridge to set. Okay, here we go. We can pour our chocolate all over the top, and you can just take an offset spatula and spread it to the edges. You want to get the whole cake nicely covered with a few drips coming down the sides. And now we can just put our chocolate covered strawberries on top. I like to just put them right in the middle. And that, my friends, is how you make keto chocolate covered strawberry cheesecake. It's a glorious dessert for summer, a great way to use those fresh berries. For this delicious keto strawberry recipe and so many more, please check out alldayidreamaboutfood.com.